Hey, my name is Barry, originally from the Netherlands, and I moved to El Salvador 3 years ago. And in this video, I would like to share my challenges of relocation to here, my mistakes. I made so many because I was very naive, the opportunities in El Salvador, and the reality, and where I see that most people face these challenges in their relocation process, or they are here temporary to check it out. I had the pleasure and honor that I have been seeing a lot of developments and change here in El Salvador. I have met hundreds, maybe thousands of people already, have spoken with them that they were excited about El Salvador and came here and it didn't met their expectations, or they believe that it's very easy to come here. In 2022, mid 2022, I had a couple of my Dutch friends. They moved to El Salvador, and so I had firsthand, I could ask questions like, hey, how is it really in El Salvador? I was looking at some YouTube videos about people that were living here and they later become my friends, or they are still my friends. It's a very small community here. So if you surround yourself in the right rooms and surroundings, you can be in touch and be creating friendship with very influential people. So that really helped me because I had a lot of questions before I moved to El Salvador. I sold my house, quit my job, and I was like, let me, with this bag of money, let me just go on an adventure and figure out what do I want to do with my life. Because the Netherlands was not making me happy or fulfilled. I was just living a life based on the expectations of other people. But what does Barry want with his life? So that was my first big decision. Let me go on an adventure and figure out what do I want to do. So I had my friends living in El Salvador mid 2022, so 3.5 years ago. I'm here 3 years. And they could really help me, like answer some questions what I have, like some really basic information that you cannot find on Google or when you're looking at YouTube videos. There's a lot of misinformation or outdated information because everything goes so fast in El Salvador. So many things changes. And so when I did my preparation phase, and that is also where I help my clients with, because I know how important it is to have the right expectations, be prepared, bring the right documents, or with banking or financing, or what kind of things you want to do here. I have the pleasure to have met many friends, investors. They want to start businesses here. Like I'm gonna dive deeper in like why people start businesses here. And so it is very important that people have the right expectation and are prepared, and that's where I help my clients with, to actually relocate to El Salvador and integrate and save so much time and hassle and scams and people that see us as a walking ATM, because there's so much opportunity in El Salvador. And you have to know, for 40 years people have been living or having war. The gangs, they have always been suppressed, and now 5 years, or not even 5 years, people are free. Foreigners like me are coming here and we are investing like in the country or want to move here because for me the Netherlands was not the right place. And El Salvador, I feel home, I feel valued, I feel loved. So I really see El Salvador as my home. It's crazy, right? And so when I arrived in El Salvador, I had my friends who picked me up from the airport, so I didn't have to worry about transportation. And I was living in San Blas, and when I booked my Airbnb, it was in the same condominio. So I was like living a 5 minutes walk from my friends, from my Dutch friends. So when I had questions, I could just ask. And I had a really lovely house owner, and she helped me a lot. And also, when she was working, I could make use of her car to grab some groceries, or go to the city to get some things done. 3 years ago, there were not many people here, so it was all about who do you know? Because you can go on Google, like I am looking for this, but you will not get a good answer or a reliable source who actually can help you. And so after a month, six weeks, I was like, yes, I am convinced I want to stay in El Salvador. So I need a couple things. I need long-term housing, and I need a car because I want to move around and be flexible, right? Flexible. So I asked my friend, like, okay, how do I buy a car? So they could explain me, and then I figured out that the whole car market here is also one big wild west with a lot of people that they don't care about the safety like of your car. They just import it because most cars are salvaged and come from the US. 90% they are fixed here. Also the labor here is very cheap. So you can fix or import a car and fix it cheaply and sell it for a profit. So for some people this is their business, but they lie, they're not honest, they don't repair the car with property of with quality parts. Sure, from the outside it looks like a really great car, but when you're gonna look at the history and the damage, then you're like, fuck, they don't even care. They just want to sell the car, get the money in, because people are still living in the survival mindset from being suppressed for so many years. And also with the gangs here, that like there was always the risk of getting murdered or getting robbed, or when you was earning your money that you have give a percentage like to the gangs, otherwise they're gonna hurt you or your family. And so I completely understand that people see like, hey, there is a lot of foreigners coming here, I can make my life better. But there is a difference on scamming people and actually helping people. So one of my first experience here in El Salvador, when I was looking for a house, I was getting introduced to a woman. She was like like the woman in San Blas that was helping house owners find foreign tenants and helping foreigners get housing. So I was getting referred by one of my friends, and like he had a really great experience. I'm like, okay, let me meet her. We went to look at some properties, and like she seemed like a very good woman. So I found my house. with a lovely couple, born here, went to the US, work their whole life and be successful, and want to retire and build their home in El Salvador to retire. I had the pleasure and honor that I could live in the second floor like of their house. So they made two separate levels. And from the first months, I saw that the owners were in very good contact with the realtor. Fun fact: you don't have to be, or people here, you don't have to have a real estate license to do real estate here. So everyone can be a realtor. And when you look at that, most people with a normal salary can earn $300 to $400, and with real estate you can earn thousands of dollars. There are people that are doing very dishonest things to earn that money, and they don't care to fuck people over or to scam people. So when I saw the owner and my realtor like having really great time, she was visiting for coffee, and fast forward 5 months later, the house owners came to me like, Barry, I am a little bit embarrassed to ask you, but are you paying rent? Like, yes, every month I am paying rent in Bitcoin to my realtor, to her daughter. And I believe that because I saw the relationship, what they have, that everything on their side regarding their contract was all right. Found out they were not paying rent, or the realtor was not paying rent to the house owners. So they were 5 months plus a deposit behind. So a couple $1,000. And when I found out, I was pissed, and like I knew where they lived, and I cannot let this happen. That such great, honest people, and they are still really good friends of mine, and they see me as their son or their grandson because they are like in the 60s. I was like, I cannot make this. Like, I cannot let this happen, that they are gonna take advantage of and get thousands of dollars stolen. So that was my first experience, and thank God I fixed it. But what I found out, she had really a lot of financial problems. So the money what she got here, she was paying that person. That it was a challenge. And I have so many stories. This is like the first 6 months living in El Salvador. And also, people here, local people, are very proud people, and they're proud that foreigners are coming here. I'm also proud to be living here. And so when you ask like, hey, I'm looking for a service, or I'm looking for this, when you have a question, what I found out, people here, they don't want that their ego is gonna or they don't want to say that they don't know. And what happens is many times is that we got referred to some people because we asked like, hey, because before, like, it's all about who you know. So we were asking, hey, I'm looking for a lawyer or this, do you know someone? And so people, yeah, this is an expert in residency, in this and that. So we think, okay, this person is legit. So when we're gonna start talking and start doing business, we are paying a lot of money because they overpromise or they promise something. But what I found out, that most people, my level of service from the Netherlands or from Europe or from the US is much higher from the people here. So when someone is promising me, hey, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I expect that the person is gonna do their best to 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 reach those promises, or maybe over deliver, right? But here they over promise and under deliver, or they just ran away with your money, getting scammed. And there are quite a couple industries here. There are dishonest people, and I had to learn that the hard way. Those industries are cars, real estate, buying and selling with realtors, but also construction. Construction, because there is a lot of money um, like being paid. Like one of my first friends here, she was getting scammed. Like when she bought her property to come back to El Salvador, man, she has been scammed of tens of thousands of dollars. And I have seen so many situations where people have bad experiences. They come here, people are taking advantage of, and not only foreigners. I also see it with diaspora people that's born here or born in the US and they want to come back to El Salvador. And there is like local people just can see and smell, okay, you are Salvadoran, but you are not from here. And so they want to, they see us as a, or some people see us as a lottery ticket, right? And like, there is so much opportunity here. And also why I started my business connecting people is because I see that so many people are gonna take advantage of. There are so many services lacking, dishonest people, and there are a lot of great businesses, but no one knows that they exist, or there is no bridge from the foreigners to those people, because there is like you cannot Google it. And so what I have been seeing that people struggle to find services here. So foreigners, we are starting our own businesses to up that level of service and to help people that come here or locals. I am also working with a lot of local businesses, local house owners in real estate. I help them find, do their marketing for the housing, and find quality clients that have respect for your property and don't that your property is not gonna get destroyed. That people that go there and go party and destroy your whole property, right? So I see many people face challenges like, hey, there is no sourdough bread here. Like a Dutch family of mine, friends of mine, they started their sourdough company here, the bakery, and they are very successful. And also, like there are so many opportunities here because there are so much things lacking, and I believe that we need to help the local people, local businesses, and work together. I am not here to steal people their jobs or to steal their business. No, I am here. I want to upgrade and educate the people here with my values, with my with my with my social skills, how to build relationships and how to build a network. I have built such a big network here, and that is also what I see, that many people here that move to El Salvador, they struggle to find community, like-minded people. And where do you find those like-minded people? One of the things what what I was doing was I was going to Bitcoin meetups. because that was the place where I could find foreigners and like-minded people. But from the beginning, I was not staying in my foreigner or Bitcoin bubble. I was going out, meeting local people. I had a Salvadorian girlfriend. She was introducing me to our friends. I had my car, so I was going to places and meeting people and doing things. And so I have been exposed to a lot of different experiences here. And when I meet my clients and people that I meet right now, like after 3 years, when I do tours or explain them like how it works, I'm like, wow, I have such a big, I know so much. And when I look back at when I came here, or people that are coming here, there's a lot of misinformation. So I figured out and discovered I can help so many people, save so much time, headaches, scams, that they are not getting scammed of tens of thousands of dollars by trusting the wrong people. Unfortunately, I have also first-hand experience working with some dishonest people, and they are so good at pretending or having that character. And I'm like, wow, I fell so many times for it, because when I came here 3 years ago, I was very naive. I had to learn all those lessons. And but right now, I know how the local culture is. There are also a ton of good people, that are happy and can provide a good service, and that is the people that I love to work with, right? Um, so yeah, the whole process of relocating to El Salvador 3 years ago was very hard. I had to figure it all out the hard way. And now there are a lot of Facebook groups, a lot of people living here, so there are many people that you can ask questions. But what I have seen, there's a lot of misinformation, and people that want to help but they don't have the right information, or the right person, or the right lawyer. So what I see, people go on the expat groups, I am looking for a realtor, or I'm looking for this, and people get bombarded with tens of messages, or reactions, with all kind of people. Yes, I refer this person because he is the expert. I refer my cousin. So then you are like, okay, I need to talk and qualify 10, 20 people. And that is also, I have been personally vetting all my partners, make sure that they are legit. So that is also what I help my clients with, that they don't have to go on Facebook Marketplace or on YouTube, find or look for realtors or look for a Spanish teacher, or I know all those people, so I can just save them a lot of time of dishonest people. And that is why I started connecting people. I have been helping people buying cars, selling cars here, and also with then helping with then real estate, long-term rental, short-term rental. Help people establish their company, the residency, and answering a lot of people their questions. So I have already helped a lot of people, but I still see that a lot of people are getting taken advantage of. So I'm like, okay, how am I gonna work with more people and up my quality? What is my biggest mistakes and lessons here? That when I was learning about real estate here, that I was working with people that pretend like, hey, I am the expert in real estate here. So, but I found out that they just were full of shit. And so I gave away my power for those person, and they were taking advantage of me. because they knew that okay, Barry can be the face, he can attract the clients, he can attract the house owners because he is foreign. And the last 2 years I have been working with some people, and they have all or many have taken advantage of me and pretend that they are someone that they are not. I have wasted so much time, so much energy, so much hope, money, and I don't want to have my clients and foreigners that come here have all those bad experiences, because I have met so many people here that came here, had bad experience and left, or came here for a couple weeks or a couple months. No, this is not it. I cannot find community. I am getting scammed. Gringo pricing. El Salvador is not the right place. And I want to give the reality of El Salvador. El Salvador is still an upcoming country. It's not like Costa Rica. There are still a lot of challenges and things that needs to be solved. It's also that El Salvador is the first country that made Bitcoin legal tender, but there were many challenges with Bitcoin. So some people believe that that El Salvador is a Bitcoin country and you can pay with Bitcoin everywhere. This is not the case. There's only a small group of people that accept Bitcoin. And when you go to your local supermarket, Super Selectos, and you see a sign, we accept Bitcoin, and you ask like, hey, can I pay with Bitcoin? Sure, but most times the people that work there, they are not educated, or the phone that they use to receive Bitcoin is empty or off or not charged. So there's frustration with Bitcoin education, and that people or foreigners expect this is Bitcoin country. Sure, you can pay with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has really helped me the past 3 years to get my money from my Dutch bank account by Bitcoin, and then come here to get money out. So Bitcoin, I have been living on the Bitcoin standard for the first 1.5 years living here. I didn't have a local bank account. So I know the value of Bitcoin, how it can help people. But when there is no education, so yeah, there is a lot of misinformation about El Salvador, and people expect that it's like this, and they are getting disappointed when they found out like this is not the reality. And I heard from so many people that relocating or moving to El Salvador is hard, and that's why people like me that have challenges, that we started our own business and want to help people. From the bottom of my heart, I found my purpose, I found my strengths here, that I'm excellent in networking, building relationships. Fun fact, for 20 years I had a really bad stutter, so I was never able to communicate. So there is so much opportunity, and I am here to provide service and to help people that actually want to relocate and move or want to integrate in El Salvador. I can provide a service, because when I was referring clients to partners, I'm not sure if they can fully deliver because of their overpromising and under delivering mindset, right? But I know from the bottom of my heart, I will do my best to make it happen, and that the needs of my clients and people that are relocating to here are gonna be met. And if I cannot make it or cannot do it, I can be honest. Like, hey, you know, I cannot, um, I cannot do it. And this is something what I miss here, that people take on a lot of things, but they cannot actually deliver. And this is one of, like, this is just the tip of the iceberg what I have been experiencing living for 3 years in El Salvador. But I really believe that El Salvador is gonna be a great place to live, and that we need to collaborate and work together. And things are changing so fast here, so fast. And I rather be living in a country where things are going get better. For example, in the Netherlands or Germany, I I see it go down, and I'm worried for those people. That's why I left to to El Salvador for a better future, for because I really believe that I can provide value here with who I am as a person, not just on what document or studies I've done. So a long video, but with a lot of value about how it really is living in El Salvador for 3 years, and the mistakes and challenges what I have to face, and how I can help other people that want to move to El Salvador or want to integrate here, personal or their business life. Hold their hand and make sure that they have a good experience, and that they flourish in El Salvador.